Hello everyone and welcome to the next in our series of daily origami for YouTube. Today we're going to continue with our theme of looking at some traditional origami, and we're going to make another variation of a jumping frog. Now this particular design is, I believe, from America maybe, but it's a little different from the one we've done before and does create some kind of cool little pattern on his back. And this particular design here, you just use regular old square piece of origami paper. I'll be using paper that's 15 by 15 centimeters, and I'll let you guys know the dimensions of the frog when we're done so that you could tell if you're trying to make it for something particular. He does have a good little hop about him, so he works pretty good in that sense, I think. We'll be going ahead and starting here with our paper, and you want to start with the Waterbomb Base. So to do that, I'm going to start with my color side facing down and just go ahead and fold my paper in half diagonally here to get a good big triangle going. Open it up and fold the other way as well. Once you've gotten those two creases, color side facing up, go ahead and fold your paper in half both vertically and horizontally here. So you can get all of these creases going to help us make our Waterbomb Base. Open up to the color side, find those diagonal creases, hold it like a diamond and just pinch on opposite sides and just kind of put a little pressure into the middle until everything shimmies around into a nice little triangle. And smooth it out here. Now the next thing we're going to do is take this flap that you see here and take the outer top edge there and roll it down towards the center. I'm going to do the same thing on this side too. I'm just rolling into the center. Then I'm going to make things just a little narrower by taking the edge I just put to the center and folding it back out to the edge I made here. So it's good to go ahead and start up at the top where it's a little narrower, get that kind of started good, and then just fold everything down to match up with that edge. So you get a nice little narrow piece there. And I'll do this side too. So we wind up with something that looks like this. Then flip it over, and we'll take these flaps and take the bottom right tip and fold straight up to the top, making a big triangle here. Do the same thing on this side too. And then once you've gotten those folded up, I'm going to fold these tips back down to these two sides here. So if you just bring them down, you'll make a little tiny triangle here. And then on this side as well. And then I'm going to take each of those tips again and fold them up. And I'm just going to try to do it so that it's not exactly even. I'm just going to let it stick out just a tiny bit so that I can see where my feet are a little when I do this. So give yourself just a little bit of stuff to stick out there to show. And then we're going to do a really simple little zigzag fold down here to kind of try to get our creases going. The easiest thing first is we're going to fold and create a crease that runs right here at these points. So I can just essentially kind of fold things in half right where that crease is. Make a really good crease there. Open it up a little bit. And if we kind of flip it over for a second and look at just this section where we folded down, I then want to fold down and then bring this up to meet that area there. So you get a nice little crease there, of zigzag crease, and that should give you your completed little froggy. And as you can see here, he flips. That's cool. He's a flipping frog. No, I think it's because I'm using my nail. He's not jumping. There you go. He can get a good little jump going. He has some nice big back legs. So definitely kind of a fun variation to this jumping frog that we did before. But he does give a good pretty little, he flips a lot. Flipping frog. So the dimensions for this little guy are, he's about 7.5 centimeters by 8 centimeters about, depending on when you get them all lined up here. 7.5 centimeters wide and about 8 centimeters tall. And with most action origami, these do tend to work better that you keep the paper kind of small, so this size or smaller is probably going to give you the best results. If you use something a little bigger, it may not quite jump as good as it should. So, but that is our little finished jumping frog, which is our finished project for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.